Great googly moogly. Let us find the stram. Well, there it is. Well, friends, today we are doing another live stream. Bonkers. That is right, my friends. Once again, I have returned to you. Once again, I am doing a live stream. It is just outrageous. How are you doing, James and Ricardo? How are we both? I am okay. I'm okay. What are you two up to? Where the fuck is my live streamery? There. No, it's not going to let me change the photo. Public. Private. Oh. All. Well, I hope you're all doing okay. I'm trying to find the stream so I can actually interact with you people. Tell me how you are all doing and your scent of the day. Welcome, Germs. Welcome, Mitra. Welcome, Tamten. Welcome, Ricardo. How is everybody? Please like the stream. If you see the stream, like the stream. If you want a super chat, please be my guest. Just going to remove the Balenciaga there because it kind of bleaches the screen. Mitra is knackered. She has children and she has got them on holiday. Let's have a look. Give you a different thing to look at today. That's not very straight, that picture, is it now? How's that? 17,000 steps. That's a lot of steps, Mitra K. 349 live streams is outrageous. Yes, it is. It's outrageous, but these are the ones that are numbered. Some of them don't have numbers. Some of them have names, and some of them had to be deleted. And yeah, some of them I said some stuff that I wasn't happy with, so I deleted them. Let me show you my scent of the day, of which I have been happy with, and it's this. Yes. It's tobacco oud. Oud? Oud. Oh. I was talking to somebody today. Well, someone left a comment on the Bellamy Vetova video, and it is quiet. It is quiet. It's a little bit. I get something a little bit syrupy from it. I get something a little bit syrupy from it, you know. I've been spraying it, saying how I feel. Do you have a backup of tobacco oud, says John. Oh, John, it's as if you don't know me at all. I have about 10. I don't have 10, to be fair. I think it's 9. A quick thing to cover before we get into the live stream proper, or before lots of people join. or just so it's at the beginning so people can see the lost tree scent. I'm sending this to Noah, and I am going to decant myself a sample, which is what should have been sent, and I'm going to send him the rest of the bottle. So I will probably do a first impressions video, you know. So that is where I am at with that. Oh, what do we have? Tobacco Nude. Welcome, Carl Anderson. Welcome, Dushan. He has an underground bunker full of backups, says Germs. Yes. Outrageous. Welcome, Dahlia. John says, I missed the occasional announcement. Welcome, Vince Sense. 350 is going to be cursed, says Dahlia. What do you have in your bunker? Says Mitra. CG, how are you doing? I wore this last night. It's really nice. Which one? Was it Lost Tribe, Park Florals, or was it Tobacco Oud? Oh no. I just pressed a button. Don't do that. Still here? Good. Mitra, it's full of knitters and baby oil. Ah, but who's knitters? Good fucking P. Germsy here. Or Tobacco Oud last night. I see. Yes, I love it as well. It's fantastic. It's been discontinued. It's been discontinued. You can't get it anymore. They always do it. It's one of my very favourite fragrances. I love it so much. And they got rid. I've got loads of 100ml. Well, I say I've got loads of 100ml bottles. I've got a few 100ml bottles. I've got a 50ml bottle. This is my second 50ml bottle. It's nearly gone. It's nearly gone. What? Where? How? What am I doing? There's not much left in there, friends. I suspect I could get through that this autumn and winter, but I've got a lot of stuff I need to get through this autumn and winter. I'm very ambitious. Where am I? I love it, Mitra. Back is starting to give up. Teeth are starting to fall out. Hair is falling off. It's the way. He's turning into me. Well, what? We wore Tobacco Oud. It's absolutely delightful. It's a really nice... it's a really nice tobacco-y, slightly smoky oud. I laughed because I was going to say tobacco-y oudy. Tobacco-y, slightly singed, warm... What else? Amber, patchouli. It's dark. It's a little bit sweet. It's a little bit boozy. Ah, it's just terrific. It's so good. My aspect ratio is absolutely filthy. That is an outrageous aspect ratio. I wonder what would make me look taller and thinner. Maybe I should do some streams where I'm on camera. I was looking through some I was looking through my pictures on my phone today, and I decided to make a folder of all the pictures that Laura G sent me of her cats. Turns out, Laura G sent me 2,558 pictures of her cats. That is an absolutely massive amount. I texted her and I told her. She laughed. I was like, quite frankly, it's not enough. I was like, I feel like I'm being neglected with that. I thought there'd be much more. I'm a massive fan. Not one single one of them was unliked. Let's see what the chat's saying again. Lost Tribe, small, nice, small niche house, says Vince Sense. Nice small niche house, says Vincent. Good grief. Scent of the day, Sergitons feel en agile. Pine needles. Or girl in the forest. Thing is, Cole, you will still look good regardless, lol. And we'll start giving it a fuck. Yes. You've just got to kind of, I mean, my hair fell out when I was, well, it didn't all fall out at once, but it started going when I was 19. As you can imagine, that was quite a moment, like. And it was a bloke at work who told us I was working and I must have bent down to do something. He was like, bloody hell, you've got a penalty spot on your head? I was like, what? Obviously, I was obviously quite tall back then as well. I was like 6'2", so nobody ever got to see the back, like the top and the back of my head. He was like, whoa, he was like, you've got a penalty spot? He was like, how old are you? I was in 19. He was like, oh no. I was like, shit, what the fuck? I was like, have I? He was like, aye. I was like, fucking hell. No gent sense pills back then. Where are we? All kinds of previous owners. Rich, are you enjoying Lost Tribe? I'm going to do a video on it. I am going to do a video on it because I have come to the arrangement with the guy Noah Russell. I'm going to send him the rest of the bottle, and I'm going to send him the rest of the bottle, but I'm going to decant myself a sample of which I will give an opinion. Yes, James, it gives me chills how good that pine is. Yeah, the pine is good. Fee and a geese. Fee and a geese. That's not the frag giving you chills, Carls. It's the older. Yeah, you get colder as you get older. I used to walk around with a t-shirt in the winter. Excellent. Reviewing the sample, I see. I will be reviewing a sample, yes. Darling, I'll have to give them a sniff and get back to you. Tom Aiken says, Rich, random question, but do you rate the current formulation of Koros? It's not that random. My version's about 10 years old now, which is, I only realised this after I did that video. That bottle I've got over there, my quote-unquote modern bottle, isn't actually the latest one. So I need to go into the shop, but I did spray the Koros in a department store called Flannels over here. Such a silly name for a shop, but not to worry. And I thought it was nice. I thought it was infinitely more interesting and entertaining than 99% of everything else there. You know? Excuse me whilst I hydrate. So, yeah. Spaced Out says, wearing Le Labo Vetiver 46 now. Enjoying it too much. I got a bluish, dark, piney green colour from it. Awesome stuff. I like the eucalyptus. I'm not a big Le Labo fan. Probably because I didn't get 2,000. 2,000 what? I need to up my deer game. Did you ever have hair? Once, it was a long time ago. I've showed that picture of myself when I was at school. A what spot? A penalty spot, yes. I thought you said a panty spot. You have your underwear on your brain. Literally, in that case. Mitra, are you going to do a video on the Balenciagas? The prognosis is bad, Germs, I know. Mitra, are the Maple Syrup Postal Service still on strike, says Germs. Germs, make sure we have Goodbye Horses playing in the background. Such an unusual tune. Dushan has sent a super chat, the first of the night. Thank you very much. His scent of the night is Gucci Nobile. Good fragrance, good fragrance. Very good fragrance. I usually wear that in the spring, summer. Very soapy on me. Girls love Diptyque and Le Labo. Girls don't like Cos. Girls like Diptyque and Le Labo. No, motherfuckers are still on strike and they are getting worse offers from the Canadian Post. Oh, no. Those hair pills make your hair grow in other places too. Well, I mean, you're talking to the wrong person, aren't you? I don't know. I don't know. Just go to the doctor and see if I can get there. I mean, you almost certainly can't, like. Ooh. Oh, just finishing the bottle off there. Drinking so much water. So yes, that is my announcements for the day. Tobacco Oud is my scent of the day. And I shall be doing a video, excuse me, quick googly moogly. I shall be doing a video on Lost Tribe. You know, if you put that anywhere else but square on, it makes it look like there's a blur in the writing, but there isn't. Excuse me. Mitch booking the Turkish flight right now, and I'm not talking about the Champions League final in Istanbul. No, that's right. I don't know that I've got enough hair to pluck from other places. You know what I mean? I'm severely lacking, like. But well, lol, the British accent. Yeah, buddy. Welcome, Off and Licked. How are you doing? Best yawning frack. Stop that. Oh, yeah. I was watching something about a guy called, who was he? Bob Durst. And when he would get confronted about these murders he'd committed, right, he would start burping. And it was outrageous. I should put it on. It was very funny. There's a bloke called Andrew van der Vaart. Andrew van der Vaart, right? His channel's brilliant. He does like proper. He's a PhD, MD, psychologist thing, and he was talking about the different nervous system responses and how like this Bob Durst kind of lives in his reptilian brain. And he needs constant dopamine hitting. I mean, constant, right? So he was on the run and he had 37 grand in cash for like these murders that he'd done. And he'd got caught because he shoplifted a sandwich, right? And I can't remember because I didn't take, this is me. Clearly ADHD at this point, that I need to watch something about 3 or 4 times for it to stick. Bits of the information will stick, and I have to watch or go over something a few times, and each time, like, the information, different parts of it stick until I eventually get a pretty good grasp of you know what I mean? That's why I can get lots of information, little bits of information about lots of different things, but no deep down PhD kind of level knowledge about stuff. I beg your pardon. Mitch, I hacked my candle, dropped the last drops, and it smells the bollocks. Yes! Good man. It's so good, that candle, isn't it? So I bought this tiny little version of the cafe candle. It was like 15, 20 quid. Tiny thing it was, petite. Like, oh, you fucker. Like, considerably smaller than that. Like half the size of this biscuits can, right? So this is a 70. That one was a 30, 35, right? And I sent it to Danny because he loves the smell of coffee. It's so fucking good. It smells so good. We need to fundraise for a bottle of Follow by Kerosene for Danny. For Danny. I'm sorry you got the bad genes twin brother in command. Yes, that's right. Mitra kind of fucking ate all the good nutrition in the womb. Sense for thought. Good evening. Van der Vaart. It's Van der. So it's Van der VAART and then MD PhD. It's brilliant. It's a really, really Andrew Van der Vaart. It's a really good channel, actually. Say I don't murder people, I just blind buy perfume. Well, that's kind of what I was thinking when I was there. I was watching it and I was thinking to myself, yeah, I've not killed anybody that I'm willing to admit to, but I do buy lots of perfume, you know. But the breakdown, I'll send it to people if anybody's interested. I'll send fat bollocks. I'll do it now. Andrew. Not Andrew Graham Dixon, although that's a fantastic series. Andrew Van der... Oh, fucking hell, that's a strange name. Bob Durst, the black-eyed adder. So that's another thing as well, right? This guy who was like... He'd killed people, right? He was suspected of killing 3 people, but they reckon he killed a lot more. His eyes were always like black. And they reckon that is because he was really overstimulated when he was really overstimulated when he was like arrested or in court and stuff like that, when he was like talking to people, and his pupils would dilate massively and he would squint. Right? It's really, really crazy. If you watch it, it's extremely interesting. Extremely interesting. Oh, where am I? Dushan, greetings from the Compromise Cafe Bar. Greetings, Dushan. Thank you. I'm sorry you got the bad genes. What does farten mean in German? It's not farten. Is it farten? Was the guy who posed? Yes, that was the one. Yes, he did. He posed as a woman. He had a beard. He had a false beard as well. He didn't pose as a bearded woman, but he did pose as a woman and a man with a beard, so people couldn't like track him. He was stealing IDs as well. Name is very Dutch, but farting means something such as rides, like train rides or organisation. Farting on the train, eh? You've got PhD knowledge, my friend, about parfum, about my specialist subject, yes. Often farting. Welcome, Sandra B. Oh, that makes sense. I saw it at the airport, and the boys giggled. You seen the evidence? I'm a coffee addict. What's the candle? It's called Cafe. It's called Cafe. I'll get one. I'll show you. I have many. I have a few, even. Oh, what's this? That's feu de bois. It's this. Look. They're very hard to find. There are some out there. There's one for about 55 or 60 quid on eBay, I think. But it's like a limited edition. Imagine such a thing. A limited edition candle. They brought them out roughly this time last year. I've got about 4 or 5 of them, like. Fucking great. Oh. Very coffee. It's even got like a little bit of coffee colour about it. Oh, it smells so good. It smells so fucking good. Excuse me whilst I hydrate once again. Please like the stream, friends. Please like the stream, and or you can send a super chat. Mitch, that candle cost 15 quid. Yes, I think so. I don't survive without 4 espresso a day. Oh, that would go right through me. Dahlia, you're a commendable number 2. Oh. All farting, no shit. Dushan, fantastic scent of the day, sir. Nobile is insane. It's fantastic. Luigi probably never blind bought a perfume. Waluigi. We have more people on the gaming stream than here soon, says Carl. Oh, harsh. It kind of grows slower. It used to go... So the stream used to go 0 to 40 and stay around there. Maybe pop up to like 45, 50. Unless I was talking about something mental or I was ranting and raving like a lunatic. Right? But then recently it's been going from like 0 to 15, 20, and then 5, 10 minutes later it's been 30, 35, and then 20 minutes after it's been like 40, 45, and then low 50s. So it takes a while now, but YouTube's changed the way it registers how people watch things. So after a certain date in August, I think it was between the 9th and the 12th, a lot of people started noticing that their viewership was down, but they were still getting the same amount of traffic. And YouTube has basically stopped counting views of people using ad blockers. So it is what it is. It's not like I get thousands of views or anything like that. And really, I mean, you see the videos that get thousands and thousands and thousands of views, and it's not worth it. I don't care what they're getting paid. It's not worth it. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not doing that shit. Not no way, not no how. Why? Mario wouldn't let him. Who's Mario? Bro was just on loads of X. Don't know what that is. Yeah, that documentary was really unnerving. His eyes were pretty dead, but like the way he was talking and stuff like that, the burps were really mental. The burps. The thing is, when he went into the bathroom at the end and he was talking to himself, right? He was like, "Oh yeah," he was like, "You're caught. You blatantly shouldn't have killed those people." It was like, he was like, the burps gave it away. The burps. And it was really interesting. I need to go back and watch that again, and I need to understand the difference between the sympathetic, the parasympathetic, and the fucking the reptilian brain. But yeah, really good channel. That really good channel. Bet you will have to drop the link sometime, and I'll come on with you, mate. I'm streaming through the YouTube app. You're more than welcome. We'll probably have to plan it in advance just a little bit. But you can come on, no bother. We can talk about whatever you want. Usually fragrances, because it is a dedicated thing, and I don't want to get into other territories, to be honest. Like, because we have a wide diaspora of different people who are all linked by perfume. So, I mean, to be fair, as long as we don't start talking about fucking rivers of blood and stuff like that, we'll be fine, mate. I only say that because I've just been watching The Rest is History, and they're doing an episode on Enoch Powell, of all people. Danny, put the hose to work for your balls, or just sell a Rolex. Danny was telling us, he was telling us about his thinking about how he buys things. Like, he doesn't want to. Yeah, it made perfect sense. It made perfect sense. Like, I'm struggling to explain it myself, but I know exactly what he means. I'd rather spend more on something I really wanted than, like, you know, if there's something that's not in me special interest sort of thing, and it's like far cheaper, then I'd be like, no. You know, it's just the way you're wired, isn't it? Beauty of Scent says, will Chanel ever re-release a L'Or Homme Superleggera? Without trying to sound too dickish, I hope not, because I didn't think it was very good. But it still is out there, though. Oh, see you later. See you later, Dropout. Thanks for coming. Danny Mitch stream would be legend. It would. Discontinued candles, for fuck's sake. It never ends. It's true. No, but I will have a bottle for sale soon. Beauty of Scent. Good luck, Dropout. Don't work too hard. Yes, don't work too hard. Contact me on Instagram, booty. Hey, wait a second. Oh my god. We need more guests. Oh my god, everyone's pulling faces. Superleggera is overrated. I'm not a Superleggera fan, I must admit. Superleggera was in Bahrain Airport the other day, says Sense for Thought. Didn't sample it, though. Went straight for the Paris Edinburgh. Yes. Mitch, I need to show Face ID to watch rude stuff now. It's not that there's a way around it. There are some websites which haven't been caught up in the hooliganism. So I'll send you a couple of links, mate. Look into a VPN, says Often Right. Use Brave Browser. Brave Browser is a really good thing for stuff like not getting adverts and stuff like that. Use code OFTENLIKE for 30% off and 2 months free. I'm rubbish with technology. I don't know how to do it. I once blew up a laptop going on the dark web. That was the man. It wasn't you. We want to talk about hair extensions, says Mitra. Well, I haven't got any hair. I haven't got any hair to extend. Only Danny would admit to using the dark web. Oh, the dark web used to be all the rage. Mitra, sorry, I'm not an expert on anything else, says James. Hey, Jay Smooth, how are you? What a time for Jay Smooth to enter the chat. Great googly moogly. You must be thinking, ooh, not sure I like where this conversation's going. Oh, excuse me whilst I hydrate. Paris Edinburgh is fantastic. Has Tower Noir Elixir arrived? Do it live. It hasn't arrived. It has not arrived. That's something else that's going to come around soon. So it should be here either tomorrow or Wednesday. They sent it on Saturday, but they always send it second class, which is just... I'm not even going to comment about what I think about that. Even when I send stuff out on eBay, even when I send stuff to people for free, I'm always like, track 24. Next day fucking delivery. Bollocks, get it to people. I need this particular thing that I am doing to be over and wrapped up nicely, done the next day if possible, you know? Not businesses. Rich is a smut dealer. I don't make any money off it. Maybe I'm just not very good. Smut and vintage perfume. I've got girl on to unbox, but my daughter will not sleep. That's what they do. I've listened to James and Rich talk about music. Fragrance, though? Maybe. Another live, says Dallas. Another live, Dallas. Another live. Divine says, I just bought a 2013 vintage Enigma. Smells better than every fragrance Mitch has in that clunky cabinet. Hey, you just got me to read that out on my own channel. Harsh. I just bought a 2013 vintage Enigma. I'll tell you something. I smelled Enigma Pour en Parfum the other day, and I was like, ooh, no. I was like, there's an amberwood. The top is nice. I would be interested to know if the vintage didn't have an amberwood in it, because if it didn't, I might be interested in that. I'm a sucker for a cola perfume. I like a scar and magnetism and stuff like that. I can't confirm Mitch doesn't play games when posting out. No, it's true. It's got to go. It's got to go. It's got to go. Soon as it's been bought, I feel like it's already theirs, you know? So I'm like, right, there it is. Go away. Shoot. You belong to someone else now. Can't believe you were buying new towers. Well, I'm not. I'm not buying them. I'm sampling them. I'm sampling them. Spiceling them. I'm ordering a very expensive decant of a new Chypre that's coming out made by Nibiru Parfums. Pain. Says often like, pain. Yes. It's all pain. Everything is pain now. Divine chose war. He did. He used my own strength against me. Harsh. Clever, but harsh. Vintage smells spicy resinous. It's a crossover of Enigma Parfum Pour Homme and Rogers' now discontinued Parfum de la Nuit. Still has that Coca-Cola smell. Yeah, the Coca-Cola smell, I'm a big fan. It's in M7. It's in M7 and a Scar and Magnetism, which are both fantastic. Spiceling is a new word. A spiceling. It's like a baby spice. Baby Spice was my favourite spice. Little sex kitten. It was fantastic. Enigma is the best Roger and I have smelled vintage Diaghilev, but that's my opinion, says Justice Doe. I've smelled Diaghilev. I think Eugene sent us it. And it was all right. It was all right. I wasn't amazed by it. Well, no, I was. Well, no, I wasn't. I wasn't amazed by it because it's not my type of fragrance, but I did think it was good. You know, I'm gonna make an absolute dick of myself by saying fucking it's shit. You know what I mean? Because then you just make, like I say, you just make yourself look like a dick if you start getting into being so partisan. Just because I don't agree with necessarily the way he's positioned himself, and you know what I mean. Right, the fragrances are. Oh, excuse me whilst I make weird noises. Enigma is the best Roger. Oh, sorry, everyone. Spiceling. I'd say Enigma is number 1. Parfum de la Nuit is number. Parfum de la Nuit 3 is number 2, awkwardly. And Sweet Yaoud is number 3, says Divine. I'll ask Roger for a vintage Diaghilev sample. You want to ask that bloke who looks like he's had a facelift in his 20s. Fahrenheit Parfum smells like a vanilla Coke. I remember my thing. I didn't like the vanilla. Too much vanilla in a perfume. Very few vanillas. Like out and out vanillas. Eau de Beau for me still scratches that vanilla itch. Like, you know, I've got an older bottle of Eau de Beau. But Mitsuko is better, says Mitra. Yeah, I kind of just think, just get the originals. Vintage Amber Oud is elite also, says Divine. I heard M7, says Dahlia. Is there actually a difference between the modern and vintage, or did someone make that up? I will do a video comparing the Oud Absolute with the vintage, as I have both, and I have thoughts. To be fair, I've already said what I think many times on stream. I'll say this. YSL do a good job, actually, of reformulating their older stuff. I always thought that M7 was a really good, the Cube was a really good perfume in and of itself. I think that I say modern, it's 10 years old. I think that Koros is all right. And even, I mean, that's made by L'Oreal. It's all right. I mean, it's nowhere near as great as the Charles of the Ritz. But you've got to remember, it's a 45-year-old perfume at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not full of amber woods, and it's wearable, and it's good. I enjoy it. Ooh, people are pressing the little reaction thing. That's cool. Some of the samples I sent you are Roger. Smell them on stream. Which ones? I've got a one here called Eola. Oh, which ones? Oh, yes, that's right. Yes, the ones that you sent us up there. That's right. Eola. Whose face is Roger lifting? Oof. Just bought an air freshener from Poundland called Deep Oud, and it smells expensive. Poundland. Poundland. What do you need an air freshener for there, Danny? You've been punishing the porcelain. Something that needs to be covered up by a Deep Oud, is it? I think the Isola is a Meo Fushini, Divine. Whose face is Roger lifting? Fahrenheit Parfum is good, says James. I thought it was good, but I just wasn't wearing it, and I was never even thinking about reaching for it. Like, I haven't worn Fahrenheit Absolute for a while, but I picked that up, and I almost wear this daily. And I always think, I'll wear something else, But I almost wear Fahrenheit daily. It's when you don't even think about wearing a fragrance that you're in trouble. You know, or the fragrance is in trouble, as it seems. Like, daily I think about Fahrenheit Absolute. Divine says that's a big reason why I dislike Rogue. You can't separate a brand's identity from the brand's catalogue. I promise you, almost every brand has good to great a good to great fragrance. I don't know about that last statement. I'm not sure that every brand has an almost good to great fragrance. It depends how you define good to great, but then we're talking about semantics there, and there's no point in talking about semantics. You know what I mean? It's just, there's no point in talking about it. But I think what you're saying about people not refusing to separate the thing, I would always provide the context, and I would always kind of side with the thing that, like, Diaghilev it's Mitsuko. Just get vintage Mitsuko. I feel like I would almost always come down on that side of things. What I have been thinking about recently is, if Roger can make Diaghilev, right, but he sells it at 800 quid a bottle, why can't Guerlain make a vintage Mitsuko, right, or something that's a lot truer to Mitsuko, but charge 400 quid, 500 quid a bottle, but just make it a lot better, you know? If Roger can do that, right, then why the fuck can't Guerlain? But Guerlain charge... I know Guerlain don't need an invitation to charge more fucking perfumes. You know, charge more for their perfumes. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is they could make it more intricate, more interesting, less of an afterthought, more of a quality. I think it's got to do with the economies of scale. And I think it's got to do with the fact that Guerlain make huge batches. And if you're going to make huge batches, that requires a lot of, like, table stakes. It requires a lot of money up front. Like it requires... So Roger can do it in smaller batches, which is much more manageable. And it becomes cumbersome because you're not sure. Because Guerlain have also got the thing, they've got to sell it within 3 years of production. Because that's the only length of time they can guarantee it for. You know, and then they've got to take it off the shelf. And yeah, Roger doesn't have that problem, you know. He's a very popular small brand. It's like a football team. Newcastle United are thinking about building a new stadium at the minute, right? And at the minute, the stadium holds 52,000 people. And there's a great demand for tickets. Like, they could sell a lot more. But the problem is, everybody's saying to them, why don't they build an 80,000-seater ticket? Why don't they build an 80,000-seater stadium? And the argument against that is that times change, things change, tastes change, right? And maybe you will always get 50,000 people, but you won't necessarily always get 80,000 people. And I think the same principle there or thereabouts kind of fits in with that. That, yes, people would say, fucking hell, it's a vintage, true-to-life, vintage Mitsuko release, and everyone would buy it once, or everyone, or half of everybody would buy it once, or they'd be interested to smell it and then say, I'm not paying fucking 800, 500 quid for that. I'll wait for it to hit discounters. I'll wait for it to do this. I'll wait for it to do that, you know? So I think it's got a lot to do with the old, like, economy of scale and the way that the production lines work and stuff. I went a bit of a tangent there. Why am I so tired? Oh my God, says Tool. He's reading my mind. Hello, says Pat Lester. Hello. Jay Smooth is wearing Victor and Rolf Antidote. Complex stuff. It's good, actually. Packs a whole lot of personality into one bottle. It's a very good... Duck has thoughts. I need to wear some perfume for fuck's sake, says Tool. Put some on. I like Danger more than Heritage, but the price is outrageous, says Justice Doe. Oh, I have a crown, says Tool. Bosco, welcome. I love when you have thoughts. Number 2, Brown Modern M7 is just dry cedar and cypriol, woeful. Well, the one I've got is this one, and this one is not necessarily a modern bottle. It's 62N403. I don't know what that is, but it actually smells really good. It's a lot of mandarin, it's a lot of patchouli, it's a lot of myrrh and labdanum, and it's a wonderful amber perfume. Where are we? The cursed unlabeled samples. Yes, they are cursed. There are 3 Isolas. It's a male Fushini. Ah, Roger. Smell G. Roddy, how dare you? Hi, Nina K. Della says, yeah, I had the same problem with raw gold. Barely wore it, so sold it. I'm getting a sample of raw gold. That's coming. That is coming. Fahrenheit Parfum is good, says J Smooth. Every Versace is shite, says Tool. Divine probably sitting there going, I forgot about Versace. I thought Modern Mitsuko Extra was good. Pass. Greetings, JD. How are you? Thoughts on current Rochas Femme? Pass. Don't know. It is very good often, like, says Mitra. Drink 3 beers, Mitra. Hi, Nina, says Dushan. Mitsuko heavily draws from Coty Sheepra. Yes, it does. A lot of the perfumes from that time draw from that perfume. I don't even like Diaghilev. Sheepra, by the way. I meant across the catalogue, Roger has elite scents. Clive Christian doesn't, mate. It doesn't. Royal Crown doesn't either. Not even Xerjoff. It does have a market-leading product. That doesn't mean that it's good. I don't think units sold or that sort of thing is what makes a perfume good. It's whether I like it or not. Because I'm the consumer. I am the punter. I can understand what you're saying. I get it, but it's you're basing that opinion on data, and the data is the statistic. The data is spurious to me. They're owned by LV. Everything's owned by LV. The bastards. Rich obsession or egoist? Egoist every day. I've actually got some vintage obsession that I'd like to sell as well. It's lurking somewhere. Girl on decided to shit in a bottle, call it Vetiver Fauve and sell it for ungodly prices. So few people say they like that. I haven't smelled it. I pay a lot of money for an updated Mitsuko. Yeah, you see that there is a hardcore of people that would, but they're outnumbered. The balance. See, I'm getting into statistics now, aren't I? The balance isn't there. The kind of the pivot point, like the place where they could actually even draw even. It's nowhere near. Whereas Roger, it's worth it. For Roger, it's worth it. Every fragrance isn't elite, but at the top end of their catalogues, those brands deserve praise. And people like Rhodes assume criticism applies cross-brand with no outliers. See, I would base a fragrance, I would base an opinion on a fragrance on how it smells. So I understand what you're saying, definitely. I would definitely base my opinion on a fragrance on how it smells. And Diaghilev smells lovely. It's very, very good. Even if it's not my thing. I thought Enigma was nice, but the Modern Parfum I smelled, the amber wood came in. And I was like, oh no, the amber wood, it's here. And it so often happens, so he's not an outlier in that sort of thing. It's just, I would like to smell a vintage one, because I do remember I was with Jura Rose the first time I tried it, and he was like, "Ooh, that's different. That didn't used to be there." And I was like, "Oh," and he was like, "Yeah, that's got something in there that didn't used to be there." Here is the ADHD moment. Yes, if Spaterno redid Coty Sheepra with Sheldrake, I will be delighted. But how much would that cost? Oh no, he tied it up together. Yes, that's right. It made sense. The 1921 X-ray based on Emma Road is better than current Shalimar, says Pradeep. We're never going to hear the end about this. We are never going to hear about this giant sample, says Dahlia. Rich, what's your opinion on Tom Ford Plum Japanese? Really nice. Really nice. Shame it's gone. Tom Ford always gets rid of his best scents. Your M7 dent is the size of mine was at the beginning of the summer. Now the bottle is empty. Oh no. I can't imagine wearing this in the summer. I can't imagine wearing this in the summer. Too thick. Too thick. He's thick. Glorious perfume, this though. Fucking great stuff. Love the mandarin. Love that boozy mandarin. Love the patchouli. Love the myrrh. I think this was the fragrance that got me into myrrh. Like the stream, please, friends, or send a super chat. It's up to you. Or both. Sebastian thinks raw gold is super delicious. Gives me the shivers when I think about, like, super delicious and yummy. I think danger is in the samples. I forgot now. Oh, for crying out loud. He thinks everything is super sexy and super delicious. Hello, fragrant friends. Welcome, Jordan Albrow. I am the walrus, says Delis. Hi, Mitra. Hope you are enjoying Prague, says Jordan. Walrus have the best moustaches. Mitra, did you visit a store called Ingredients as well? I remember they had some good selections. Roger should make a very cheap brand called Roger Bird Colognes for British football hooligans. We're trying some great vintage fragrances in the bar, says Duchamp. Excellent. That is the best way. Vintage perfumes. That's certainly my favourite way. Trying to get them sort of more coherently in the line of sight. There we go. That's better, isn't it? I'm not sure that it is, to be fair. Not bollocks. Amber Absolute. Right, this is a funny thing I always say about Amber Absolute. Amber Absolute is just tobacco oud without the tobacco or the oud. Right? So it is literally the skeleton. It is literally the skeleton of what's it called? Of tobacco oud. It's that kind of incensey. It's much drier. Oh, it's really good. It smells a bit like Mer Mystere. It's drier. Moss Breche. See, discontinued Moss Breche as well. That was really good. Chapon Noir Bois Rouge. Found a bottle of Bois Rouge on eBay. Somebody wants £870 for 50 ml. And welcome Bosco, and thank you. Bosco has sent a super chat, $2 or $1 and 99 cents to be exact. Japon Noir was good, yes it was. Roger Pigeon, lol. Impossible to find, says Justice. So yes, the private blend intense versions have picked up all of a sudden. Yeah, they're gonna be harvesting them motherfuckers. Hello, Carolis. How are you? Any opinion on Tom Ford Noir Anthracite? I do. I have opinions on Tom Ford's Noir Anthracite. This one, I'm going to do a Tom Ford video at some point. I should. I love it, actually. I think it's fantastic. Again, another one of his last great fragrances. You know? And they discontinued this fucker as well. Really good, really dry, almost caustic, but it makes sense. Very dry, woody, dark. Not dusty though, just dry. Anthracite is lovely, yes it is. Photo Shabad Pohab had it and sold it. Wasn't a fan. Gotta respect Tom Ford for getting people to pay those prices for base heavy fragrances. He does. Big marketing thing. I feel like the Tom Ford aesthetic is past though. All you've got to do is look around at fashion now and it's very not Tom Ford, is it? No, Anthracite used to sit on shelves. Now it's gone for $400. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's a crazy system. Like, we are literally, like the way people are is crazy. But it was ever thus. What the fuck, Rich, has the OG Amber Absolutes is spaced out? I do. It's right there. I would check it out. I prefer Miskinos because it's just a bit smaller, but ingredients is fun. What is your opinion on Tobacco Intense? It's all right, but it's just got a fat dollop of vanilla in there. And it's like, I want more when you're asking for silly prices like that. You know? I will. Oh, yes, the new Les Odorants is being released after my stream. I will listen after my stream. You can have all the marketing in the world. If the product ain't no good, ain't nobody gonna like it. Amber Absolute was worth every penny. It's super thick and smoky, such a gem. It's very good. I should do more. I should do more wearing of it. Just a second. Oh, my legs and my feet and my arse and my back. My back of all things, my back. Oh. Friends, I'm gonna pop to dehydrate. I'll be back in a few minutes. Probably not even a few minutes, to be fair. Smell toast. Oh, I'm back. Right, googly moogly. It's a bit warm in here, like. So I've turned the radiator off. Yes. Oh, I want a bottle. That's what I went over there for. What a fool. What a fool. Oh. Welcome. Oh, fuck's sake. I can't fucking do anything. All the water. Yes. Could M7 qualify as a Tom Ford? In a way, but also in a way, no. How tasty. Okay, let's see what's happening. Go back. You can have all the we'll check thank yous. What is this? I don't know what it means. Mr. GMT, 2 Australian. Upvote, gents, and stay sexy. Can't do an Australian accent all of a sudden. Why? Thank you, Mr. GMT. I would need to accomplish sexiness before I could stay sexy, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Thoughts on Fougere Platine by Tom Ford, says Gagamem. I thought it was interesting, but it had quite a hay sort of thing going on, right? It had a weird hay sort of thing, and I'm not a big fan of hay. Hey there, I said. No, I'm not a big fan of hay. And it had that wormwood thing at the top as well. It did kind of stray a little bit. Amber Absolute is great, but Amber Aurea takes the cake, says Sense for Thought. He's turning into Dushan. I like Amber Aurea. It's a little bit more gloopy and syrupy and thick and like honey dripping off a spoon kind of thing. You know? Viscous. Big viscosity. Viscountness. Mitra, what's your scent of the day? Cheers, Dushan. Thanks. Same, but different. What? I'm not wearing anything Fragwise. I tested a bunch at the store and bought 2. Ooh, what did you buy? That's another question I wanted to ask you people. Does anybody have any experience with check and speak fragrances? I bought Un Air d'Apogee to work. I brought Un Air d'Apogee to work, and one of my co-workers is buying one. One from a Czech brand called Pigmentarium, called Erotica. Rich, I want to hear about the free bottle sample. You'll have to wait for the video. Nice, love a local brand. Everyone shut up, says Dahlia. Dahlia, Rich told me it was the best he's ever smelled, and I should blind buy it 30 mil for £300. Often I don't believe you, but I'm buying it anyway. Don't do it. Another from Idit called Kagamiyoshi. I used that for a succulent Chinese meal, says Sense for Thought. Rich, what other Tom Fords do you have? Woof. A lot. I've got a lot of Tom Fords, actually. I need to. I'm going to do a video on them. I'm going to do like a family portrait. It's been a long time since I've done a family portrait. I could rank them, actually. That would be fun. I could rank them. I'm a big fan of Tom Fords, or was what Tom Ford used to be, you know. I wore Vert d'Anson last week, and it's fucking brilliant. It's so good. It's so good. Smelled the line in Japan. I love that one, says Sense for Thought. Morias and Cavalier told him about Aoud, apparently. Oh, Tom Ford. Dahlia said, I was influenced to not take an overpriced vetiver tonka by you often, says Dahlia. Good. Protecting each other out here, friends. In the land of 1,000 price hikes. I got a bit of Eau Noir Sunshine Man from it, says Sons with Thought. Yeah, the green velvet from them was a close number 2. I always look for a still never spill toothpaste on your willy, says Germs. Roger that. I love the smell of hay. Maybe I'm a horse, says Often Licked. Careful around Pradeep. Yes, Pradeep will prod you. Shergi is the best hay. Shergi is top hay. I'm going to do a comparison video between old and less old Shergi. There was a reformulation in 2011, 2012. And yeah, the color changed and the smell changed. And excuse me whilst I hydrate. If I didn't have Sunshine Man, I'd have bought Kagamigochi. Shergi, Ruwadi, and Paddock all have hay. Super delicious. I have tried one, Edith, Cocktail Lane. It was nice. Certainly, Danny says, Mr. JMT is posh. He wears Louis Vuitton perfume. Louis Vuitton's... Louis Vuitton's are fashionable perfumes. They're definitely what Aventus was 10 years ago, except it's more of like the line, you know? Louis Vuitton is having a moment. It's kind of like Chanel did in the 80s. Louis Vuitton sort of fashion, kind of the whole shebang, not just the perfumes. But I think Louis Vuitton perfumes are flat. I think they're two-dimensional. Thank you, mate, says Gagamam. No problem. There's an Edith that smells like Rose de Jamal to me. A minty rose. James, your girlfriend has a weird way of brushing her teeth. Yeah, I forgot the name of that one. I sampled some Nibiru parfums yesterday that cost €360 for 30 Great googly moogly. Rich tastes like Santal blush. I found it quite delicious. Yeah, it was. It was quite nice, Santal blush. Anyone get their nose on the new Vivienne Westwood boudoir? Boudoir. I was checked before speaking for show, says Pradeep. Lilith is here. She has arrived. She has come to cause havoc. Oh, let's do a family reunion with my Tom Fords. A family reunion. That would be quite cool. Tom Ford, Amber and Away. Tom Ford, Amber and Away is fantastic, as per Jeremy Fragrance. Still remember that clip. Tom Ford, Amber and Away. He seems to be less fucked at the minute. I don't know if anybody's checked on him recently, but he does seem to be less Jeremy-ish. Jeremy-y? I don't know if you've seen any of his recent... I mean, there's still the drizzling shits, like, but... He seems to be not as, like... I might be thinking of Santal Blanc, you know, when I've said I think Santal Blush is nice. Mitch, do you reckon Knox secretly watches your stream? That would be nice. I'm happy to discuss fragrance. I'm big in Japan, says Lily. My medium-sized build is a 3XL there. I'm going to resist. That to me seems too much like bait. Horses and Sebastian find hay delicious, says Sense for Thought. Shergi is a top hay. That sounded Canadian. Shergi is top hay. Rich, how are you liking Prada Amber Intense? Still getting used to it, mate. Still getting used to it. It's not one of those fragrances that has like come in and blown us away. I'm not going to lie. I'm just got a little bit of cold air in here because I'm fucking sweating like a granny at a bingo hole. Oh, what? Newer Shergi is still good. Yes, newer Shergi is not bad at all. Luke Turin taught Surgeon Sheldrake about Shergi making as per Tanya. What fucking shithouse that he is. Heading out for Linna, says Dallas. Have a nice Linna. That old Shergi was green, right? I think you just like green perfume, says Often Licked. That's it. I'm wearing Shergi today. Dushan says, Bon appetit, Dallas. Thanks for the super chat, Dushan. Almost there, Dushan, says Dahlia. He loves swamp water, Often Licked, says Mitra. Newer Shergi, more iris, less hay. Yeah, it's got that kind. Yeah, I mean, I've got it here. Well, I've got a newer version here. Ooh. Ton is a house that if you are actually really interested in perfume, it's definitely worth at least smelling. Oh, that's so strange. It's so powdery and it gives that dry. It's not. See, I hate powdery fragrances, but this, the way it does it, because it's got the tobacco in it, right? And the tobacco isn't dry tobacco. It's like it's a slightly wet. It stops it. It just stops it from becoming like so dry that it's caustic, that it dries your throat out. LV perfumes remind me of Flat Stanley. Flat Stanley, remember Flat Stanley? Get in. Flat Stanley was mint. I remember the scenes where he used to fold himself into a letter and then post himself. That was class. Boudoir. There are many asses in the swamp. I'm surprised you like Santal Bluche. Dushan has said, Dahlia smells like blue hair. Thank you for the super chat. He is 9.5 out of 10 for fucked upness at the minute, says Mitra. Ah ha ha, says Mitra, says Lily. Lily, apparently it's available in the UK. The pond thwarts again. Yes. Who is blowing who away, says Mitra. Santal Blush is Taylor Swift's go-to fragrance. Is it Tom Ford? Rich, what's the biggest bottle you have mil-wise? I've got a 490 ml bottle of Bois d'Argent Eau de Cologne. What's hair blue, says Dahlia. Please like the stream, friends. Masso says, evening, damned cold flu, can't smell anything. Last enjoyed scent was Lone Star Memory Sample. Very good. Nearly wore that today, actually. In about... Probably after my birthday's a week tomorrow. We shall hopefully be streaming upon the day of my birth, friends. And on that day, after that day, I shall probably wear Lone Star Memories, because then you're in the back end of October and it's that kind of fragrance. Thank you, Dushan. The hair blue. Excuse me, sorry. Moist. Rich Aura farming with the Amber Absolute. We know what you're doing, says Thanks for Thought. He's fuming. Yes. What kind of twin betrayal is this? You don't like powdery. Powdery, I'm allergic to it. It's outrageous. It gives us a bit of a who. It gives us a bit of a who thing in the back of my throat. I'm a bit like, whoo. Me try, I'm the twin now. You don't even have the same birthday, says James. It's James's birthday next week. He's got the biggest collection of vintage Saga. Shalimar, says Saga. Welcome, Fragrance Journey. How are you? Sense for Thought says 490 mil. Holy crap. It's not full, though. I have a number of those 450 mils of the Dior Privés. But I've got a lot of Bois d'Argent. I've got about 600, 700 mil of fucking Bois d'Argent. No, I've got more. So I've got a 450, which is basically full. I've got a 490, which is about 2/3 full. And then I've got a 250, which is full. I have about 95 mil of Lone Star Memories for no good reason. Oh, no, it's for a good reason. You'll get through that, no problem, mate. Lily talks about getting folded. Carl appears. We need a good 40th birthday bash, says Lilith. We need a good bashing, says Often Licked. He's going to lay the smack down on himself. Happy belated birthday. Yes! Happy birthday to Carl. Are you a fan of Au Noir? It was green, says Bosco. I was, and still am. I have two of these 250 mil bad lads. As you can see, I still wear it. The only acceptable use of Immortal. Carl says, Ramsey followed me on Instagram on my birthday. I should post some fragrance stuff to not let him down. You should. Eau de Parfum says, Rich, Duchan is deciding between Dior Sauvage EDP and Parfum. Which do you recommend to him? I would probably tell him his money would be better spent on therapy or something, or a nose transplant, but I don't think he is deciding between those. But thanks, Eau de Parfum. Thanks, Sense. It's that time of year, says Marcel. It is that time of year. Stay away from me with that shit. Took my medication today. So hopefully I'll be feeling great. But my immune system will be like, I'll just not bother doing anything. You know? Dushan sends another super chat. Thank you, Dushan. Okay, I'm on my way back home, wearing vintages in my pockets. One Man Show, Givenchy Gentleman, Masculine 2 Black by Bourgeois. Bourgeois, you know, that brand was connected to Chanel. Did you know that? Somebody mentioned the House of Bourgeois the other day, and it only occurred to us after the stream was finished, right? But Bourgeois is like Chanel lent Bourgeois Jacques Polge in the same way they lent Jacques Polge to Tiffany as well. Dahlia says, bash that like button. Give it a good bashing. Give you a damn good thrashing. If we are thinking size, but it matters, I have a litre bottle, says Mitra. I need a litre. Is it a Creed? No, it's a Guerlain. Mitra says, I could hear that atomizer was up your nostril. Germ's guest star for the birthday stream? I need to feel the security of 1 litre of juice, says Ransford thought. No de parfum, I hate them, says Tuchan. That's what I thought. 1 litre of Frenchy Lavande would do. I've got 400 mil. Thank you, Rich. Safe travels, Dushan, says Dahlia. Often says, I imagine Dushan walking around in a trench coat with all sorts of vintage fragrances tucked into his inner pocket. Yes. Can we lend Jacques Polge to Chanel in 2025? I'm not sure it's up to me, that. Oh, the throat is dry. I've been smelling powdery fragrances. Excuse me. Okay, let's put some of these beasts back. Eau Noir, over here. Chergois, up here. You powdery beast. Ambra Sultan, you can go back there. Oof. Tom Ford Noir Anthracite. And then Barker Oud. And then Amber Absolute. And then M7. Ooh, I might Iris Silver Mist. So cool. So violet. So violet. Where am I? Get him out to the care home. I like the roar of that Viking, says Duchamp. Powdery fragrances, why would you do that to yourself? They're dry and dusty. They get in my nose. Excuse me. Sorry. Oh, I've pressed a button. All messages. I have been wearing Araby a lot. Tasty. Is it yummy? Delicious? I had to sell Araby. Sold it to my friend. Jeu de Peau too, like a blonde Santal Majuscule. Yeah, I kind of see that. I do actually. I do kind of see that. Like a blonde Santal Majuscule. I've got my Santal Majuscule here. I really like Jeu de Peau. I've got a bottle for sale, but maybe I'll change my mind. Oh, this takes me back. This is such a great perfume. It's so woody. And it's just got just the right amount of cocoa, and it's just got just the right amount of cocoa to make the rose not too bitter against the sandalwood. And there's obviously more chemicals in there than just those three notes, but the way he's got it to the way that he's got it stylized is just pitch perfect. It really is absolutely fucking brilliant. Like, best yawn in frack. I wish you would stop saying that. So you probably missed if you weren't in the chat. We would miss him if he wasn't in the chat. My most delicious perfume is probably Gucci Guilty Absolute. What have you been eating? Sense for thought. Santal Blanc and Santal Majuscule are also very related. And Ellie said retarded there. Sense for thought said, what's everyone's most yummy perfume? Boo. Santal Blanc truly is a blonde Santal Majuscule, says often licked. Faro Noir is lovely. Haven't smelled. Have I smelled? Don't, maybe. Modern Santal Majuscule is super powerful and has the perfect amount of fermented rose notes, lol, says often licked. Pradeep just killed my FOMO for Jeu de Peau in 8 words or less. Skill. Mitchell says pitch perfect. Dries Van Noten, Paul Frederick Marlowe, Fiona Rose de Kandahar. This is often licked. Fuchs. Klaus Fuchs. I have a feeling he sold loads of secrets to the fucking Soviets about the fucking nuclear weapon, didn't he? I have a feeling that Surgeon Sheldrake would see us for a few minutes and think, what the fuck are these weirdos on about? Which is, I mean, it would be a bit outrageous to be called weird by fucking Serge Luton, like, but not to worry. Duchefort doesn't miss, says Sense for Thought. In later years, he missed a bit. He got like, he got like a restless hand, maybe a bit of nerve damage or something, you know. Evening, Rich and all in the chat. Welcome, Andrish. Centre that is Artemique Coconut Blanket. That's a silly name. Dushan says, I suggested Eugene to create the duck yawn. I'm stray. Surprised how many Gourmand frags I have. A few bready stuff, including brioche. Is that by Anatoly Le Breton? Anatoly Le Breton. Maybe I'm going to send some jus de pot to Danny, because he really enjoyed the coffee, and then he really enjoyed the American breakfast that is New Harlem. New Harlem. So I might send him some jus de pot, and I'll be like, here's a French breakfast. Amawaj Reasons was so mediocre. Somebody came at me. No, they didn't come at us, to be fair. It's not fair. In fact, that's outrageous. They didn't at all, to be fair. Deepest apologies. Somebody said to me in a comment, they were like, the first thing I've ever disagreed with you on, really. Let me read the comment, because I want to make sure I don't fuck this up. Where is it? What did you say? There it is. Quote, Amawaj is overrated, unquote, is the first thing I totally disagree with you on. They are rating highly for a reason, and it has nothing to do with overhyped blah blah. It's because of the quality and craftsmanship. To which I responded, I don't know whether this is a serious comment or not. And they simply shrugged. Because, if anything, they've got worse. Luster is decent, says Sense for Thought, and outlines as a chemical weapon that should be banned. Often Licked says, Sense for Thought, my favourite of the first three essences, yeah, but should have used less Cypriol. Cypriol should just be banned. Rich, what's your favourite brand in terms of names, and why is it not Aaron Terence Hughes, says Often Licked. Favourite brand in terms of names? Ooh. Not Tom Ford. Tom Ford completely fucked it when he started releasing stuff like fucking Fabulous. I wouldn't have cared, right? But if he'd given the name fucking Fabulous to a perfume that was actually fucking fabulous, I'd have been at peace with it. But fucking Fabulous is fucking not. It's fucking shite. It's like, what the fuck? It could be Surge. It's not Hermes. Certainly not the Hermes Essence. Tower's got some good names, to be fair. Comme des Garçons got some good names. Killian's name should be fired into the sun. Eldo have got some interesting names. Dries Van Noten is a really delicious, says Dushan. Only competition for Jus de Pot is Dries. That's tasty. I don't like Dries. I don't like it at all. I've got it here. I've got it here. Little bastard. It's not very good. Try not to use Cypriol in a perfume in 2025 challenge. Oof. Carl Anderson says, my most yummy is Vanille Havan Extra Absolute. I think you can actually eat it. It's really, 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 really good. Really, really good. Yeah, that's silly good. That is genuinely amazing. That's the type of thing I would recommend to people who love Louis Vuitton fragrances, to get them to know what high-end perfume can do, you know? So if there was like Narc and Mr. GMT, and they were like, I want to smell some perfumes, but they don't want to be like outliers, you know. They don't want to go out there and people have like look at them and say, because I don't care if someone says, oh, I'm not sure about that, I don't care. Most people just want other people to think that it smells good. They want them to think it smells good and other people to think it smells good. Vinny Havan will do that. And you will also not bump into other people wearing Vinny Havan. And you will impress them with your knowledge. My most yummy vanilla is vanilla. I've read that, sorry. Top choice. Rich, did you see they're releasing 3 more essences and Decision Extra? I did! I saw the Decision Extra. I smelled Decision and it was literally a vanilla designer with a touch of nice incense, pure insignificance. They're releasing, do you know what it is? Dura Rose said to me, what feels like years ago now, and it was years plural, Samon is getting that brand ready to be sold. And then he's raised it a couple of times since then, just reminded us. And then L'Oreal, was it L'Oreal? L'Oreal bought a stake in them and he was like, told you. And I was like, well, they haven't fully sold out, but the more time goes by, the more I keep going back to that. The more I keep going back to that. I'm pretty sure he's been told to expand Amouage out from a brand that is loved by people like us into a brand that is loved by people who want to like a viral brand, you know, like a brand that is like big, you know. That is the reason they are releasing fucking perfumes arse over tit. They cannot release them quickly enough. They cannot release those perfumes quick enough. Serge for me, no doubt. Yeah, Serge has got some great names. No, clearly Aaron Tarantino has the best names, but they're always second place. This is often like, these names are stupid. Les Odorants did a Les Odorants did a podcast episode on names. What's in a name? I think it was called. Maybe he was feeling sarcastic when he named the fucking fabulous. No, the tale is that he was smelling it with like the CEO or the head person who was presenting the perfume to him, and he said, "That is fucking fabulous." Hey everyone, welcome, Franska boy. Yes, I also have a 10ml. That was more than enough for me. I thought about buying a bottle at the time, but it's just an absolute shitter. Like, it smells like baby sick. It smells like somebody who's been drinking milk and then thrown up. Spaced Out says, is Ombre Nomad similar to Tuscan Leather? No. If it is, I should get a sample to try it. I want to see if Jacques Cavalier made a sequel to Tuscan Leather. No, it's not. Tuscan Leather's infinitely better. Parfum de Empire has some. Le Cri de la Lumière, une belle amour d'être, says Pradeep. So Dan says, Dahlia, would you ever date a man who wore Brut Aquatonic? Danny, would you ever date a girl who wears men's fragrances? Well, do you want to know the God's honest truth, right? So men's fragrances at the beginning used to smell fucking just the most boring thing in the world. It was like lavender, basically, right? Lavender, and that was it. And then the women, and like some leather fragrances. And then women's fragrances kind of took over and had all this like outrageous fucking creativity with like Cuir de Russie and Number 5 and fucking all the Ernst Beau stuff and the Henri Robert. And then Eau Sauvage came out and Habit Rouge came out, which Habit Rouge had like one foot in the past, but one foot in the future as well. And Vetiver came out by Guerlain. And then in the 70s, men's perfume expanded. And in the 80s, it exploded. And ever since then, I'm afraid to say, I think men's perfume has been infinitely more interesting than women's perfumes. Or what you would call classically marketed to women's perfumes. So if a woman was wearing a man's perfume, saw a girl wearing Tom Ford Tuscan leather, and she was, I'm not going to get too fucking into it, but she was fucking lovely. She had a fucking great arse. She was wearing like these fucking leather fucking legging things. Her arse looked like two cats fighting in a pillowcase. It was amazing. And she was wearing Tuscan leather, and I was just like, wow! I would knock your back wall out. She was very sexy. Great stuff. Just a little question, says Franska Boy. I have an old square bottle of Mona d'Orio Queer. I just got a cylindrical in the mail. How is the newer one, and is it reformulated? The newer one's really good. The new one's really, really good. Is it reformulated? Danny says no, because they would end up using mine. They would use yours anyway. The amount of lasses who put Aventus on, but they're always a certain type. They're always chavs. Danny about to get blessed with Jeu de Peau, and he's out here wearing Brut. I think LV uses high-end materials. It's just that they have a specific, rather simplistic style aesthetic. Nuit de Feu is very wearable for an incense. It could be a signature. I think Nuit de Feu is the best one, but there's something a little bit sickly sweet about it. And it's not my favorite incense. I know what you're saying, and I understand what you're saying, but I don't like the Louis Vuitton, the Billy Basic perfumes for me. It's not something I would get. It's not something I would get involved with. Scent of the night is some Arabian Clum of Armani Code Profumo, says Nino Slav. What are you wearing that for? Well, Barbusha would date Liz Moores if she's wearing Anubis, says Dushan. Your fault for lighting gourmands. I'd never wear Brut, Dahlia, says Sir Danny. Brut. Samon is nowhere near Chong, will never be near Chong, says Spaced Out. Well, the bank balance would disagree. Danny, my only deal breaker is Oncle Noir. Rich, send him that. Yes, I could send him that, actually. I don't know what he's tried and hasn't tried, actually, so. I don't know what he's tried and hasn't tried. Where are we? No, I proven Danny, my only deal breaker is Oncle Noir. Already closing in on 10 barrel-aged fragrances in a year. They're releasing more than designers. Yeesh. Desodorant's conclusion was that no one can beat Killian names. Well, it depends. Beat them as in being worse or beat them as in being better. Is that a disgusting fragrance, Dahlia? I will simply send it to you, Certy Danny. I'll simply send it to you and see what you think. The name literally translates to black ink. Desodorant's conclusion was that no one can beat Killian names. People forget Bois Farine. People forget that fucking... people forget that... what's it called? Oh, fucking... Melt My Heart made them. What was the name of it? Strangelove. People forget Strangelove, the maroon one. Fuck. fuck, that's disgusting. It's like somebody dumped a dead body in a fucking bilge water in a half-sunken wooden boat. It's disgusting. Also, Ventus from this year on the dry down is very active and angry still. And it also mixed himself with Ood for Greatness by Ish and Ishio. It was on my jacket for about 5 days and it is still lingers, says Ninoslav. Often like says, Killian names are pure class. I never make the same mistake twice, unless they're crazy hot. Dahlia says, I love Rich's tangents. It's the same vibes as when Lily reads to us. Yes. James woke up. Jesus, says Dahlia. Dahlia's just crossed her legs. She was like, outrageous, that woman. She is hot. Yes, I remember her. She was very, I wouldn't say she was she was good looking, but she wasn't like the world's prettiest girl. It was just the vibe. Cats fighting inside a leather pillow. How does that work? You had to be there, I suppose. Yeah, and also me and my friend had Tuscan leather discussion. We decided that Clive C and Suede S. Saffron were better. Way better, says Ninoslav. No, I'm not impressed with Clive Christian, to be honest with you. Clive Christian just doesn't impress me. None of them have. Kind of like Bodicea. Bodicea just doesn't impress me either, but I've never been impressed with any Bodicea fragrances. Yeah, never been impressed with any of that stuff, to be honest with you. It's just modern niche inflation. Hello, DL Quelia. Your scent of the day is Curore Grande. Sensational. I've never heard of that. I should wear a Clive Christian as an atheist, says Duchamp. Feels like those brands are for the families of oligarchs. They're just overpriced. They're just priced at a point where people can say this is a Clive Christian. This is a fucking Royal Crown. This is a fucking Roger Diaghilev. This is a £1,000 perfume. I can afford it and you can't. Rich, what videos are you going to do for 4K? None. I'm not necessarily going to do a video for 4K. I might just do a stream saying thanks. Thanks, yo. Bois Farine is the best bread fragrance. A Peace Marine by Hermes is a difficult wear, that one. It's a difficult old wear, that one. Hoping for more streams with Galen, says Often Licked. Yes, Galen gave me a job. Galen's been putting me to work. Employing my fucking, I want to say acting skills, but it comes unnervingly fucking easily to me. That did what he wanted the other day in one take. But it's very fun. It's kind of like my videos, do you know what I mean? I just like people who edit their videos so much and there's a cut every few words, or there's people can do what they want and stuff like that to create like a difference. I would rather just do one take, I'd much rather do one take than all of that. I'd rather have the mistakes in it. And I think a lot of people find it more, I don't want to say endearing, but they find it more, I don't want to say legitimate either, but easier to get close to, because if you spend time around that kind of content, the one I'm talking about me doing, you kind of get to the point where you understand the person more. Like, you can see when they trip up, you can see why, and then you can see yourself doing that, or you can at least understand why they've done it. There's loads of people with like perfect, everything perfect, you know, like it's not perfect. I think the perfect is the enemy of the good, you know, and I think a lot of perfect content is no good. Are you making a cartoon with Galen? No, it is voice acting, yes. So you're really a theatre club kid in disguise. No, I'm pure kayfabe. I live this, you know. I live this shit. It's still real to me, god damn it. Yes, voice acting. Why get a gourmand when you can have an amber fragrance? I'm not into gourmand fragrances, says Dallas. Yes, to a point, yes. I think there are some notes you can get away with, but a full gourmand, like that brioche, like honey, I can deal with honey. I can deal with chocolate in perfume to an extent. Jeu de peau, as is so often the case, Serge Luton exists outside of time and space, so he can basically do what he wants, and I take it like Serge Luton just exists outside of time and space. There's like 12 spatial dimensions, one of time, and then an extra one for Serge Luton. So, who knows? Jeu de peau, any kind of Serge Luton gourmand and shit like that. He can do what he wants, and I take it. Clip that, says off and licked. What a pervert you are. That's your German coming out, that. The Peace Marine smelled so cologne heavy to me. It's very... So, to me, I got flashes of Eau de Hermes from it, but then I got this kind of sickening swimming in the sea, but having swallowed seawater kind of thing. I got this kind of... Dahlia says, damn. Oh, Dallas, I'm actually shocked by how many gourmandish fragrances I have. I started off not liking gourmands too. Does Millésime Imperial contain cologne? It's ambergris. Well, it's quote-unquote ambergris, isn't it? Dessert time here. Nice cookies and hot milk, says Duchamp. Did you go to clown school? No, I am just a natural, mate. Maybe gourmand is the final boss, says Dallas. It's been 6 minutes and you haven't unboxed it. Unboxed what? What haven't I unboxed? Do I need to unbox something? He can do what he wants and I take it, says Often Licked. We need that soundbite. Oh no. Like the stream, friends, says Dropout. Yes, please like the stream. Oh, please like the stream. Hi, all people. Yes, please feel free to like the stream or send a super chat. Both of these things are not mutually exclusive. You can do one or the other. One is free, though. Oh, no. There's a chip on my Laird Desert Maracan. Not a chip. Often Lick says I need to pick a scent of the night. Dude, it's nearly 11 o'clock. Where you are? Why? What's happened there? I can't believe it. Yes! I used to go to bed wearing 4 fragrances, 2 on each arm. Often Lick says I have been slacking. I don't do that anymore. The bottle is screaming. The bottle is screaming. There is mein Harris. Often licked the night 40 sprays. The department store is not open at this time. Not at nearly 10 o'clock. Maybe it's around Christmas time it would have been. Another reason Jacobessi is a genius. Harris. Let me put this shit up where it belongs. Oh, I've still got some Monsieur. Still got some Monsieur by Frederic Malle. CG Sense actually left a comment on my Monsieur the other day. He's blind bought a bottle. Oh, no. There's Musc Ravageur. I've actually got some Musc Ravageur. I'm not a big fan of Musc Ravageur. Is it a vintage? I don't know if anybody saw that 250ml vintage of Musc Ravageur that somebody posted in the Discord. That's an absolutely mental fucking 1800 for 250. I just found that a little bit meh. I thought he had a bottle, says Darling. I've been freeloading the night. Vintage Harris is worth it just for the sapphire bottle. It's not actually sapphire. The bottle, the glass, is not actually sapphire. It is a spray tan. It is a spray tan. It scratches off. There are some gaps. I don't know if you can see there. You see those little scratches? It's a spray tan, mate. It's a good quality spray tan, but it's a spray tan. Upsetting. I know. Ooh, I've got such a sore elbow. Vintage Harris is worth it just for the sapphire bottle. Was it Chuck? Chuck who? Norris? A Wolf Fall Arom by Guerlain, says Dropout. Finished the sample. All Guerlains are precious, that's right. Welcome, Duncan. Notice all the greats are in white marbled bottles. Balenciaga, Agnes Silva, and Bawley. I've got my Bawley masculine. It's just back over there. It's behind M7. I've got a few bottles of that, actually. Not full bottles. One of them's like a 10ml. Another one's a 10ml. And I think have I got a 30ml or something? Something like that. It's very nice. It's not actually on the Fragrantica. You know, it's not on the Fragrantica. Dallas says, can a 25-year-old date a 40-year-old? Well, it's half your age plus 7, isn't it? That's the law. So maybe he's 27. He's a 27-year-old. It's on Notino. Bawley Masculine's on Notino. What's on Notino? Pat Lester says you should read Luca Turin's 1-star review of Harris. It might ruffle your feather. It's on Notino. Is Bawley Masculine on Notino? Let me just quickly have a quick look at that. That's an outrageous claim. Bawley. Ball gags. Ball gags? The fuck? Sublime Ball Kiss. I swear to God, there is a perfume by the different company called Sublime Ball Kiss. see your mother's been naming perfumes again. Sublime Ball Kiss. That's scandalous. It's not on my Notino. Balding is certainly on there as well. I kind of feel like that's a kick in the fucking nuts. Let's have a look. Bally Masculin Eau de Toilette. Fucking hell, there's an eBay in the UK. Oh, for fuck's sake, I know this guy. It's in somebody's basket, like it's 100 mil. $540 or £400 and 59 pence. Ooh, should read Hispanic. That Nobile really is an aromatic fougere. Yes, it is. It is an aromatic fougere, Duchan. You're right. Duncan says that a Nouge sent a Vintage Jules aftershave. Vintage Jules is amazing. I nearly wore Vintage Santos yesterday, actually. And those old aftershaves are basically just like eau de toilette. You're right. That's exactly what they're like. Well, I know it's on base notes. The Bally Masculine. Yes, it is. Yeah, I've got a few versions of I've got a few versions. I've got a few bottles of this actually. Jules by Dior. It's a fucking brilliant perfume. This. It really is. This and Santos are they related? Kinda related. I wish I had the presentation for the Vintage Santos. The modern Vintage Santos is really good. The two Jules aren't related though. Duncan is right. The modern Jules that was re-released in 2016-17. It's so shit. It's so bad. I really don't like it. Hispanic Gym Mommy. Well, I know. What a Lost Sense, welcome. What version release yet of Luca Turin's Parfum Guide do you guys have here? I don't know which one I had, and I don't know if I've still got it. She'll rip you apart, Dallas. Lol. I'm more into goth, fluffy Asian chicks, says Dallas. I also like Cartier wallets, says Duchan. It's so bad. I kind of like it. It's good. Do you not find it's got like a breath kind of feeling to it? I definitely get breath from it, but it's more like someone who's been drinking vodka, which is why I always say it smells like a drunk alcoholic Russian dad's breath. It's definitely got that about it. I need to wear Bel Arm again. That's actually really low, isn't it? I've just noticed that. Why do I need to finish that bottle off? I need to finish that bottle off. My math teacher smelled like that. Yeah, we had an English teacher that used to go and get drunk in between well, I say in between lessons. She used to go out to the bathroom during lessons, spend about 10 minutes there, like. I like Cartier Brassiere du Dragon. Almond like amber vanilla thing. Yes, I've smelled it. Somebody sent me some. A very kind soul whose name escapes me. Forgive me. But yes, I remember and appreciate that. Oh. Was she a babe? Possibly. Very, very likely, considering she was very kindly sending me perfumes. Feels like everybody had a teacher that got drunk high. Oh, not the teacher that got drunk, no. There's a few teachers at my school got done for sex crimes, which is completely unsurprising. Absolute fucking shithole. Oh, and on that bombshell, my friends, I am off. And I am off. I am off. I'm going to do a video. Not now. Tomorrow, probably. I'm going to do that Lost Tribe thing. And then I will continue with the Milfushini. And I will possibly do a video comparing the two Shergi, or what was the other perfumes I was going to compare? There was another perfume I was going to compare, but I can't remember now. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, everyone. Thank you, Dushan, for super chatting. It was very kind. And who else did the super chats? Let's have a quick square. Dushan, Mr. GMT, Bosco. It was Dushan a lot. Thank you, Dushan. Yeah. Bosco and Mr. GMT. Stay sexy. I'd have to be sexy first, but not to worry. M7s, yes, that's right. Please remind us of that. Anyway, I'm off. Thanks very much, everyone, and I will see you all again soon. Good night.